Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
Wonderfully blessed as always. Thank you so much. And a big congrats on The Strangers Chapter 1. Scary and thrilling. And I'm hooked. I can't wait for Chapter 2 now.
Thank
Yay,
you so
thank you.
much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Let's begin with you, Miss Madeleine, our new Scream Queen. What made you want to jump from being Riverdale Cheryl to being The Strangers' Maya?
You know, in television land, you really fly by the seat of your pants with you get a script the day of shooting sometimes. You really don't know where your character's going. And to be able to jump into a franchise of films where you get the beginning, middle, and end of your character arc and I got to really play within the rules of my character's universe. That was what excited me about it. And then I also loved the original IP. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then I met with Rennie and Courtney, and they were so collaborative, and they welcomed me to have a seat at the table as a producer. So it honestly was like a match made in heaven for me.
Oh, what about you, Mr. Froy? Equally terrific, by the way, as Ryan.
Thank
Paint the
you.
picture for our viewers. Talk to us about the dynamics between Maya and Ryan.
Yeah, Maya and Ryan have been together for such a long time now, by the time that we're starting the movie, that they kind of have their own language that they speak with each other. They know each other better than anybody else does. They have the same sense of humor. And also, weirdly enough, they have the same cyclical arguments that a lot of people in relationships might be able to relate to, where um, their argument at like the start of the relationship is also what they're having now, and kind of throughout the movie they kind of like learn to actually kind of rely on each other more and get closer together, in spite of these terrible circumstances. And yeah, I think the relationship and the dynamic between them is part of what drew me to the script.
Oh, you know what, Miss Madeline? How did you prepare for the role? I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm.
What part of your heart did you go? Did you have to go deep into?
I was shooting another film, and I flew to Vienna, Austria, and drove to Slovakia, and I had about 2 weeks of pre-production where we kind of rewrote the core of the films. And I just kind of jumped in head first. I kind of created the universe and the world that this character would live in, and then I allowed this kind of my body to react the way it should. So I was constantly in fight or flight, and my therapist and I had a lot of conversations while I was shooting. But it was the only way to do it. You can't. If I prepared too much for a horror film, I end up feeling like it wouldn't be authentic on screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Now, Freud, you know what? Tell us. So this is a prequel, a sequel. Explain it to us.
I mean, the 2008 movie with Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman is so incredible. It's such a classic. The performances are so stellar, and the script is so good, that I don't think we're trying to step on the feet of that at all. I think we're retelling that story as a kind of launch pad to kind of tell a bigger, more epic odyssey that takes place over three movies rather than one.
Oh, now, Miss Madeline, The Strangers Chapter 1 opens in theaters on May 17th. What do you hope for viewers to get after watching the film?
I hope that people are really invested in Maya and Ryan and they want to go on this journey with them throughout the course of all three films. I hope that they are kind of buzzing like we were when we were shooting it and on an adrenaline rush, and it sparks conversations with the original fans of the 2008 version and then the newer fans of the new movie. And I hope that people like it, obviously, because we spent a lot of time on it.
Anything to add, Froy?
Yeah, I think what I hope people get out of it is like that, we all kind of like put ourselves in the shoes of the characters in a horror film. And I think that what people get out of it is like a bit more appreciation or love for the people that they have in their lives when they think about like, if I only had a day left, who would I call? Or like, who would I make sure I spent my time with? I think,
Or what would I talk about with my loved
what would
one?
I talk about? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What's the thing that I would say that I haven't had the courage to say? Yeah, I hope people kind of take something like that from the movie.
Because it's more like scarily real, right? Rather than a supernatural thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Well, big congrats again on The Strangers Chapter 1, and I cannot not wait for Chapter 2.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. You have a great one.